Hello and welcome to the Dutchman in San Marcos. I am the DISM and happy to be with you to continue on this road of building the Cigar Caster. A few little bumps in the way, but we're figuring them out as we go. So let's get going. All right, so here we are again, and we're doing more work on the Cigar Caster. Right now, I'm filing this little wood piece in here because when this thing fits in, I have to make room for this little plate. So you can see it's going to bump out, and that's where the neck will bolt to when this fits down in here. So that's what, whoops, I got my hand, that's what we're working on when it fits down in there. The other thing I've got to do is I have to cut a little piece of this off right here. So when it folds over and the neck and everything is screwed in, it'll fit in. So I'm going to try to cut an angle off of here. So when it's all in place, it'll get by instead of be blocked. So when you put it down, here, I'll show you. This will be in here like that, and this would be bolted on. This would be bolted on like that. So when it comes over, you can see it hits right in there. See how it's hitting right in there? And I figure if I take a little bit of that off, you won't be able to see it on the side as much, but I'll be able to close it. It's just not quite there. So we're gonna try to make that work. And then the other piece I have to do is I gotta trim from the box here. I'm not gonna take any of this off, but I gotta trim this kind of to fit the neck. So we'll do that. See, when I put it on there, I've got it marked. On both sides. So we'll trim that up to kind of bring it in so it'll match up with the sides. So I'll come back when we make some progress on that. So that's what we're working on. So I'm just taking this file, kind of the rough side, and just trimming that down like that. So that's what we're working on. But I'll bring back so you don't have to be bored with just watching me sand that down or file that down, so that little plate will fit on there, so it fits good up on the top here. So all right, we'll bring you back. Alrighty, so yeah, I've been working on this. You can see I've got it level now. Maybe a little more on this side, but on this side it's perfect. And I also cut, you can see here, I cut this piece out at an angle to get rid of some of that wood. So when you set this on here, this will be bolted down. When you set that on there, get it in line, it should be able to fit on there. Maybe I'll sand it a little more right through here just to give me a little more space. I kind of realize that I'm not going to get it as tight as I can because I have to, move it in there. So anyways, so it's coming right along. A few more tweaks of the file, and we should have her. The funny thing is I had this plate, but I don't have any screws. I've got some Stratcaster kits up in the attic that actually has these screws, so I won't have to go out and buy them. At least I can put it together. I'll drag those down, and put them together. My goal is to get this all bolted up today, so I can actually hold it by the neck. I'll have to go to the guitar store and buy some strings because I don't have any strings, so we won't be strumming it today. But the other thing I'm going to do is, this is going to be the jack. I got to drill that hole here to hook that up, and I figured out where I'm going to put my volume knob. That'll be another thing. I got to pick out a knob. I don't have a knob yet. But the volume pot, because it'll just be a volume pot, and the pickup, and a jack. But I figured I can put it right here. So it'll be nice. It'll be by the neck. I can turn the volume. You know, I'm strumming, turn the volume. So I got to drill a hole for that guy. Just a little one, you know, this size. So this will come through. And drill a hole down here. And that'll be all the cutting on this thing. And then I'll have to go in and see if I can fix these lines. I'm going to try a piece of marker and see if just black marker fills it in. It might not look shiny, but at least it'll look a little nicer. So I'll work on that, and I'll bring you back when I get a little farther. It's all a little tweaking, and I can't believe on how that hard wood takes a lot to file it. So it's like I've been doing it for at least 10 minutes, and see, I still got a little bit. Maybe I could go a little bit more. So hardwood files slowly because the file I'm using is even pretty rough, but still it doesn't. I need to buy some of those diamond cut, or they're actually diamond pieces on the files, which they work better. So, but that'll be on my tool wish list. You know, I'm just trying to do it stuff you can find at Hobo Freight and Tool. You know, they're not the world's greatest. They work when you first get them, but then if you start using them a lot, they wear out really quick. So just a note to self, if you're buying tools, I'm not knocking it. They can get you by a project. You know, you got to look at how long you're going to use that tool, because this will get you by. But if you're going to use it a lot, especially on hardwood, it's not going to be as sharp, and you actually end up spending. You can still get it done with this. I'm not saying that, but you end up taking you longer because you gotta file on it like crazy. So there we go. So we'll be. I'll bring you back when I'm really close to having this thing all bolted up. I gotta climb in the attic and get that one of those. They're actually Strat kits, so the parts are up there, and pull one of those out. And when it gets warmer outside, I'll probably start building those. I'm trying to. I would like to sell them. So if any of you want a Strat, they're aftermarket Strats, but you could decorate it any way you want, you know, and I could do that for you and build one for you. Stuart Mack makes a really nice shipping box. In fact, I had done that for some other people, and actually got the crates for shipping a guitar with the blow up bags and boxes, and they ship beautifully. So it's just a little extra cost, but well, that's available too. So we'll go back on this thing. You don't want to hear me just talk like crazy, but I'll get back going on it. Well, I got a little farther along, and good news is I got this repaired. I did put a little black marker. I'll probably coat it again. I used once that dries, I use this chrome, but it seemed like it's soaked in. But I'm going to hit it again with some chrome, but at least it looks more uniform instead of like a tear. So you'll be able to tell it won't be as shiny, but that's fine, because when you start playing it, it wears the finish off anyway. So I got that. Just getting down. This was that kit. It's from BEX Gears. It's a This is actually a Stratocaster. I thought I'd open it up so you could see it. This is the way they come. So this is the raw, unfinished, as you can see, a raw, unfinished Stratocaster. Which I don't think I looked at this one. This has got kind of a unique wood. Maybe I'll just, it's got multiple, almost swimming pool to put a center pickup. But yeah, it's got a lot of things pre-drilled. But this is kind of an interesting one. It even has the cutaway here. So it's not too bad of looking guitar. You know, obviously needs sanding. It's got like a sanding sealer on it. So that's that. I figured I could rob the hardware. Well, I'll show you the neck too. Let me slide this back in here. If anybody's ever interested in what these kits are like, they're not too bad. They give you a little bit to work with. I mean, you definitely have to work with them. This is the neck. This is the neck here. As you can see. But see, they don't give you the fender neck, because this isn't rounded, so. But it looks pretty good. It's got pretty good frets on it. It's smooth. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. So this is what I'm after, the screws for this plate. But you can see they're numbered, so it was pre-fitted to the pocket of that body because they got a number on it. So that's what the kits kind of look like. And this was the cheapest one I could find. I forget what I paid. I know it was under, I think it was under $100, but that was a while back. So you'll probably pay more now for them, but they're out there in different grades. This is, you know, right from China. So that's the neck, and the hardware's in here. They even give you strings. They give you basically everything. They even give you an e-guitar manual, and then when the pickups come, they're actually, you can see they're already all wired in, so it's just right on the pick guard. So that's not too bad. We're looking for the neck bolts, and I think they're in here. Until I can buy one. See, there's once again, one of those thinner, cheaper blocks. You could replace just the block on that to make it sound better. But they give you everything. Tuners. And jack. This plate has a black thing on it, but I don't need that for mine. But basically all the strings and the screws, those are for the tuners. But this is what I'm looking for. These right there. So we'll cut that off so we can finish this project. Nick, when I go into the hobby store, or not the hobby store, when I go in the music store to get strings for this, I'll buy a set of these. I'm pretty sure they got them on the parts wall at Guitar Center. But these are the guys I need. Those guys right there. So we'll rob this one. I'll mark the box. There's my pen. I'll mark the box so I don't forget. Just in case I forget. And I go digging in here and I'm like, I I got no neck screws. It'll see no neck screws. And I shows that I went in there. So I was glad I had these because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to bolt this baby on. Uh-oh, I see I freaked my light out here. So we'll put that all away and get bolting this thing up. We're getting closer and closer, so there you go. Well, I'm back. Couple weird complications, so I'm not going to be able to bolt it up. One thing, I tried the screws and I need to drill bigger holes, is what I'm ready to do now. The other weird thing is I'm going to have to go back up. Good thing I got 3 kits up there. I was bragging about these kits, but I go to put this one in. I'll show it to you quick. Oh, I did get the pot mounted. See, the knob, it'll be right there. So I did get that put in. I still have to drill the hole for this, which is going to take a little time because I got to find and see if I've got a wood bit that'll fit that diameter. But so I still got to do that. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to end it because that's quite a bit of work to get done. But here's the weird thing that happened. I couldn't bolt up the neck like I wanted to. Because when I got those screws out, look at that screw. See that Phillips head? Let me get it. What is it focusing? See that Phillips head? It's like all rounded off. It's not right. So I got to go up there, and I got 3 of them. So I got to go up there in the other kit and get one of these out of there, and I guess I'll buy 2 sets of these screws when I go to Guitar Center, because I'm going to need one for that guitar up there, because I only got 3, and then I'll have three spares, which doesn't hurt, throw those in the bin, which I already used the other ones up. You never know when you get a neck and you got to bolt it on. So there you have it. So we're going to call it a show. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And the uke, I actually sold it. I didn't get enough bids, but I sold it to somebody who saw it and really wanted it. So better for me. I needed money for a new recording DAW, and that'll probably cover it. So I'm looking forward to that. So that'll be the show. Be sure you subscribe, like, ring the bell, and tell your friends, and that will be all. Have a great week. We'll see you in a week.